Hello, and welcome to this video in the Simplifying Formal series. I am Gargi Sharma. I am a lead application engineer with Cadence supporting JasperGold. In this video, I will be talking about the debug features available in the JasperGold apps, particularly the Visualize environment. Let's begin by taking a look at the tickle file we will use to bring up the JasperGold FPV app. We start with a clear-all to clear any previous settings. We then compile the design by providing the RTL file list to the analyze command. Next, elaborate the design to synthesize it and create the design hierarchy. And finally, set up the clocks and resets. Let's use this file to bring up the JasperGold FPV app. This brings up the GUI for the JasperGold FPV app. The design has been analyzed and elaborated, and the clocks and resets are set up. You can see the design hierarchy in the design hierarchy window. The log for the run shows up here at the bottom. There is also a console where you can type and run any commands. And finally, the property window where you can see any formal properties available in your test. Currently, we do not have any. With the reset setup, we can take a look at the reset cycles and see how the design is initialized. To do this, I go to Window, Visualize Window, and Reset Analysis. This brings up the Visualize waveform showing the reset, the late initialized and uninitialized flops. Let's debug why this particular flop is late initialized. To do this, I use Y analysis. By double-clicking on any value in the waveform, I can bring up the corresponding source code with the value annotation. By looking at the source code, we can see that this flop is synchronously reset, and hence it is late initialized. In this source code, I can double-click on any value and traverse back to its driver. The Y analysis is a powerful feature that can help debug any counterexamples you see for your properties. Another way to explore or visualize the design is through the source code. I can double-click on any instance in the design hierarchy to bring up the source code. Let's say I want to check the behavior of the port e.g. valid. To do this, I select the port, right-click, and say Visualize. I ask the tool to show me a scenario where e.g. valid is high. This brings up the Visualize waveform showing this behavior. To understand what led to e.g. valid going high on cycle 5, I can select this value, right-click, and say Highlight Relevant Logic. This brings up all the logic that contributed to e.g. valid going high. I can further debug this behavior by using Y analysis, as we saw before. I can see the behavior of the signals on the next few cycles by extending the waveform. I see that there is a FIFO empty signal. Therefore, there must be a FIFO full signal too. I want to see the behavior of the FIFO full signal. To do this, I can add the signal to the waveform. I search for a signal using wildcards and add it to the waveform. I see that the FIFO is not yet full. I want to see a behavior where the FIFO goes full. To do that, I select the signal, right-click, and say Modify Value. I ask this tool to show me at least one scenario where the FIFO is full from cycle 7 onwards. I see that the FIFO can go full on cycle 17. Is it possible for the FIFO to go full on cycle 14? To check this, I use the Wave Edit feature. Using the Wave Edit feature, you can add constraints simply by drawing them on the waveform. The tool tells me there is no way for the FIFO to go full on cycle 14. I can go back the previous trace by clicking the backwards button. The final feature we will look at is Quiet Trace. I can quiet the trace by clicking this button. Quiet Trace tries to achieve the same objective, that is the EG valid going high, but with minimal transitions on the contributing logic. Quieting the trace can make it easier to analyze the waveform and debug. Using the highlight relevant logic, add signal, modify value, quiet trace, and wave edit features, you can quickly and easily debug any counterexample waveforms for your properties or explore the design. To summarize, the JG GUI and Visualize environment come with powerful debug features that can help debug failing properties or explore the design. These features include waveform creation, Y feature with integrated source code and value annotation, highlight relevant logic, waveform extension, on-the-fly constraint addition, wave edit, and quiet trace. Thank you for watching. Please look out for more videos like these in the Simplifying Formal series.